Oh yeah, it's time for Dub Life now.
It's Dub Life, every Sunday afternoon. It's Dub Life, Natalie and Kaya too. If you ride the horse, hey, make sure you squeeze it tight. It's Dub Life tonight.
Safety.
That's right, friends. What are we at? Episode, is it 281? Is that where we are? I'm in the car. And welcome back to Dub Life. Another episode. Guess what we're going to do in this episode? Toy stuff and collection stuff. There's been so much of that here as we work our way towards Toylanta next week, folks. A week from today as you're watching. In fact, 5 days if you're watching this the day it comes out. Friday. What do we got? March, is that 27th, 28th, 29th? Apologies if I forget the dates. But coming up just a week from now, Toylanta. And I am excited for that. I'm excited to see all of you. Excited to see all the toys that will be on display, toys that will be revealed, exclusives. I'm sure that the Four Horsemen will have things from their current Kickstarter, Mythic Legions, the role-playing game, available to see and look. New figures, new books, gaming, and all that stuff. All the fun things that happen at Toylanta. Room swaps, lobby swaps, all that good stuff. All coming in just a week. So hopefully you'll come see us there. Leave in the comments if you're coming so I can know. And make sure you come up and say hi to me. A lot of the folks you see hanging out with us in these videos were people that just watched the video and commented and started hanging out. Hanging out? Hanging out. So I hope that that can be you. Anyway, on we go with Dub Life. And believe it or not, we're going to start this episode of Dub Life by going to a Walmart. Can't believe it. This is actually a competition day for a kiddo. It's her junior year. We're near the end, and for her season. And we're over in a different part of town, and she performs in about 2 hours. So I get a little bit of time to kill. Natalie's going to be up here in about an hour. We'll meet at the school and watch her perform. We're not going to show you any of that, of course, but we will show you a Walmart, because there's a Walmart close enough that I can swing by and see what they have. Now, things like Walmart Collector-Con and, of course, the dreaded Haul-a-thon in Target are all happening right now. Probably as you're watching it, I'm trying to find stuff. Now, I'm not making hunt videos so far this year. And honestly, I have not really been going in Walmarts or Targets really at all. I have been staying away. And I have gone into other stores, as you've seen. If you watch my Instagram Reels or my YouTube Shorts, I've been trying to go into some of the other stores, Ginger Kid, Second Chance, Top Dog, Steel Collectibles, support some of those stores. But I haven't been going in the Walmarts and Targets very much. But unfortunately, there's quite a few Ninja Turtles at the Target Haul-a-thon that I think I want. I mean, I don't know where I'm at with the NECA Turtle stuff. Feels like we may be at the end of that, so I'm going to try to get them. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to film it. I don't know if it'll be shorts. I don't know if it'll be in Dub Life. But there are also things starting to show up in Walmarts. Recently, Natalie and I went to visit Victoria and Mom and Dad for my mom's birthday. We didn't film. That's when we went to Top Dog. That was on that YouTube, that short. But we didn't film anything else. But we did go in a Walmart and a Target. And I found the Arctic Lost Years Ronin that has been stuck in limbo for a while at Walmart. Found that, as well as the movie Ultimates Leonardo. So new stuff's hitting Walmarts. New stuff's coming to Targets. I have things that I ordered online have started to show up. We're going to look at a lot of that later. But we're going to start in a Walmart. Now, what else are we going to do in this video? Well, we're going to open a brand new wave of Mythic Legions. The Mythic Legions, the Rising Suns wave. Rising Suns. All in has arrived at my house. And we're going to open it. I have shown restraint because I wanted to go ahead and get that bear opened and some of the other figures, but I waited because I'm going to do it with you and give you a good look at it. Because if you're coming to Toylanta in a week, I am expecting all of those to be for sale at Toylanta. You could buy them at the Four Horsemen booth. You could buy a Ginger Kid Collectibles booth. If Toy Department's there, they may have them at their booth. There's a lot of options for you to purchase these new figures. So I'm going to open them, show them off in detail. That's going to be the vast majority of this. I do have some other toys to open. I don't know if that'll be in this video or not. I have picked up some other Super 7 stuff recently. Honestly, because I've got several lines from Super 7 that I'm near complete on, and I'm trying to finish them up in case they never make any more, because I don't think G.I. Joe's ever going to get made again from Super 7. The Ultimates, and I don't know about Silverhawks and Thundercats. I might, so anyway, that may be in this video, it may not, depends on how long it takes us at Walmart and the Rising Suns. But that's what we're going to do. I'm pulling into a very nice looking Walmart, if I'm honest with you, and we're going to see what they got, and then we're going to jump ahead to tomorrow probably and open up the newest wave of Mythic Legions, the Rising Suns wave. So here we go. Let's do it. See, that's a pretty nice Walmart. Nicer than the ones that we have. This area of town has a lot of zoning ordinances. I'm sure that's contributing to it. Speaking of the trip that Natalie and I went to visit my parents, she treated me like Steve, and she filmed it. So we're gonna hand back the pass Natalie and check this out. You're not supposed to open this. Don't they know they're at a gas station? Like, you can't make it so hard. I just eat the plastic. It's too hot to do it. Ah!
Will you ever send me into the gas station alone again?
Oh, look.
How confident are you
It's
feeling?
10 minutes later. And we're still dealing with it.
I got the plastic open. It is. In the mouth. Oh no.
Oh. It's so mushy. It's just like
I'm dying.
if pudding was an empanada. That's what this is. It's not, I mean, like, the flavor itself is fine, except that what I'm eating is mushy flavor. Like, that's...
You said get something new and interesting.
On them. But that's my own fault. In the mouth. That thing was gross. It did give it a little upset tummy. I'm not gonna lie. But we had fun. All right, let's see what's in this one. Will we find Pokemon? No. It's gone. Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, Optic football. A little surprised to see Optic. Prism, maybe they have no hits in them, so they're sitting. Union Arena, actually, here. Full Metal Alchemist, is it all? Full Metal? Yep. No One Piece, that's long gone. No Dragon Ball. There's Mosaic, Prism. Panini, actually, by the time you're watching this, Panini's time with the license may be over. That was Magic Avatar. Alright, I don't think I'm going to buy any cards. Tempted to get an Optic Blaster, that might be fun. But I shall refrain myself. I have no idea where anything is here. I got trapped by the home internet people. I'm at the Neko Funko. Well, that's not Neko Funko. That's the first place I got, and now they've got the cell phone and home internet people at Walmart, and not just Target. It's devastating, folks, devastating. There's a chase of the Guardian. The music's pretty loud. I'm worried about the copyright. It can't just be this, right? Surely there's more. I gotta look. So it's just a few random pops here. Is that it? There literally isn't NECA here anymore. Well, I don't know if there ever was. I'm not sure I've ever been to this Walmart, but that's the whole section. What a sadness. A few more random pops right here. What a bizarre. That's weird. Well, now we're immediately in the toys. But no NECA anything at this Walmart. Is that a sign of things to come, or is it just a sign at this Walmart? I don't know. Do you know? There's nothing. I know they keep shrinking, but here it's the one McFarlane figure, and that was it. Pokemon section here, completely empty. This is not... There's Caitlin Clark and Slowpoke. This is not the Walmart for if you're into collectible. Here, this is Funko stuff here. Got Cammy with the thong DJ. Let me see, these shelves are also like shorter than normal. Razor Ramon. Not much going on at all here. Star Wars. Marvel's empty. Completely. Nothing for G.I. Joe. A little bit of the Turtles. Well, this wasn't even worth it to kill time, man. I had to talk to the home internet person. Person is scanning every single Hot Wheel. See if they're worth money on eBay. Every single one. That's it. That's it. This is a pretty affluent area. Affluent suburb of Atlanta. It's one single Marvel Legend. No NECA. One McFarlane figure. I don't know. It's not a good sign. It's not it. Not the Walmart experience you're looking for. Although, could this be normal? I've only been in a Walmart. What are we at? We're approaching the end of March. Twice this year, I think. I haven't even been card shopping or nothing. I've been trying to be good with the pocketbook and find the best price online, like using new meta, promo code bigdub101, save 10%. That kind of stuff. We're not buying anything. We're buying vintage. I'm trying to stick to a budget, which I've been actually doing quite good with this year, believe it or not. Oh, safety. So maybe that's what the retail stores look like these days. I don't know, but that was not good. Anyway, we're going to jump ahead and open some Mythic Legions, Rising Suns, unless something interesting happens between now and then, which is possible. But I think we're probably going to jump ahead and open some toys. It's next day. We are home. We have some cards. I don't know if I'm going to show you us opening these or not. Might show you a little bit, or the binders, or something. I also had this come in, the Virtual Boy for the Switch Online. So you can put your Switch inside it and play Virtual Boy games on your Nintendo Switch. I think we might set that up and try to mess with it in this video. But the predominant rest of the video is going to be right here. Rising Suns, Suns with an O, and Suns with a U there. The all-in. All of this. So I'm actually going to toys on the table it. We're going to sit here. We're going to open it up. Tools of the trade. I need to get my heat gun because you also have to be cautious and warm things up, especially the all-ins that come from the factory sealed in this box. I've had them sitting here for a day trying to warm up, but got to be cautious when opening them. So let's look at some toys. All right, let's do this. We have Elmo holding the microphone for me. If I press this button, will it be really loud in the mic?
Elmo just flew in from Sesame Street.
He just flew in for Sesame Street. Oh, that may not be great. Oh, boy. Apologies if that... I don't know. But I have all my tools here, and we have the all-in of Mythic Legions. Now, let's talk about what comes in the Rising Suns all-in. Obviously, it's too late to order this directly. Oh. Rufus is right here looking at Elmo. He's right there. Hey, buddy. You want to say hi? Right on the other side of my finger. So what do we get with an all-in?
Let's play again later.
Rufus and I looking at Elmo the same way. Well, you get this whole wave, and you get it at a discounted price. Basically, easy way to think about it. And this was a big wave. This was debuted at LegionsCon 2024, G-Con 2024, so is that right? 2023 G-Con. So it's been a while. We've been waiting for this for a long time, but it's got a bunch of cool stuff, and I'm very excited for it. I think it's the biggest Legions wave we've had in a while. So we've got, I'm just going to go through each of them. Manisha Cinderhorn. She is a shadow elf. I think Malachi Cinderhorn is like the shadow elf king, a figure that came out probably 10 years ago at this time. So she's like a shadow elf queen, but can also be like in a stealth kind of rogue gear. These are probably from least excited to most excited. We'll just do the basic figures first. Dis Patar. He's an unusual guy. He's almost like a weird scorpion insect creature. So I should show you the back. We got new backs with the cross cell showing the unicorn. They do have their bio on the side, which is too long to read. You can find those on the Four Horsemen website. So he's like a four-armed dude, or you can have him like this. And then we have Broder of Bjorngar, who's like a Viking type guy, who is a tribute figure to my man Brad. We love that. He's got a bunch of new parts on him, Viking style. And then we've got this guy is Yoshinai Kari, but he's like an Oni type figure. I like that. And then the three most anticipated, probably for most people, Neve, which I actually got to be a part of revealing this figure at that G-Con in 2023. The girls had been talking about why aren't there enough female figures in Legions, and then I got to reveal this at 2023. So she's also kind of a Viking, kind of more traditional, like bigger fantasy female. Then Scapular the Crypt Breaker 2. An updated version of a figure from 10 years ago that has all sorts of ornate things going on him. Extensive amounts of ornate things. These also have a lot of things I've got to be really careful on when opening in the packaging. And then his alter ego is... Let me see if I can remember the name. It's Caspar, right? Something like that. Trying to find it. Emir Caspar, which is a tribute to Mike, and has like a mask you can put on. It's pretty cool. So you can display him two different ways, and then the same thing with Atlas, the Conqueror 2. He also, you can display him in an alternate way, like with this helmet, like when he's fighting in the like the barbarian fights. Can't remember the specific lore proper name. It was a wave, like the gladiator realms. So those are the base figures, like the standard figures. I think all of those should be at Toyland, and I think maybe $55 is the price of a figure like that now. But like back then, if you pre-ordered them, you paid $37 per figure in pre-order, and you got one. Basically, you got one free if you ordered the all-in. Way to think about it. So it's a pretty significant discount. And then the deluxe set is the Dwarf 2-pack, Dwarf Builder Pack. Going to be a very popular, I think this is one that's going to disappear pretty quickly. Exiles from Under the Mountain. You can build a bunch of different dwarves, and it has all kind of new dwarf parts for the first time in a long time. That's going to be a fun set to open. Then when we get into the, well, you got these things here. I'll show you. We're not going to open these on camera. We have the Barbarian Weapons Pack. They always have Weapons Pack, which have some of the brand new weapons that come in the figures, but in different paint schemes. So you get the Barbarian Weapons Pack. And because they have so many people that customize or pop and swap or whatever, it's nice to get these extra options. And then the Dwarf Weapons Pack 2. And then also the all-in bonus was this head. A dwarf head that is only released this way. It was part of something they did to help a family of a fan many years ago that had passed away, and they helped do a thing to help raise money for that family a long time ago. And this was the head sculpt for it in a different paint scheme. They've got it here. And you can buy this. You can't buy this right now. You had to have ordered the all-in. So this is a probably pretty limited item. But you can buy a blonde version of it from your retailer. So like I'm getting a couple of those from Ginger Kid Collectibles. We won't open any of that stuff in this. And then you've got the big boys. You've got Regarion, which is like a Highland cow minotaur type creature. And these big boxes often get cool art on the back. This is the Ogre scale, which is a scale that they don't make a lot of and hasn't had a lot of updated parts in a while, so it's cool to get some updated parts. We get probably, I would guess, our last horse-type mount for a while, and this is Umbra, which is Scapular's unicorn, black unicorn, very ornate unicorn. That box art is really nice. Yeah. Really, really nice with the painting on it. So this is kind of the final wave. There's 10 factions in Mythic Legions, and so for 5 straight years you had, so this is the Noble Bear versus the Red Star. 2 different factions kind of in a versus wave. And we had the other 8 factions are specific waves, and they had the bad guy was a Horseman of the Apocalypse, right? And we got all of their mounts and the big evils. So this wave you get mounts that are different, and I imagine the end of kind of the mount versus mount type of wave. But the final mount for Atlas the Conqueror is something people are very excited about. Bodvar the Bear. Look at this beautiful art on the back with Atlas riding him. Very excited for that. So we have a lot of things to open. I had to be very careful, right? There's a lot of pieces that you can lose, that you can break. So I'm definitely going to use the heat gun. I'm going to use scissors. I'm going to use clippers, nippers, all of that stuff. But we're going to get into this stuff, and we're going to enjoy it and have some fun. So let's do it. Let's open up a brand new wave of toys. Let's go. A little sip. Tools of the trade ready. It's not going to be possible for me to show you every single thing that all these things come with. There's certainly images you can find. There's some of these are teeny. So we're starting with Manisha Cinderhorn, my least excited one, which I still think she's going to be excellent. So immediately on the back, you've got soft goods, big cloak, it looks like. Cloak cape, oh, that feels great. Very thick. Yeah, that's nice. So big soft goods. We're not going to go through every single piece like this for everyone, I promise. And she has a bottom tray, which has pauldrons, a staff, a crossbow, and a whole lot of hands. A whole lot of hands. And then on the front tray, there she is with 2 alternate heads, a dagger, kind of spear tip, 2 more hands, and some sort of, maybe that is an arrow quiver. She doesn't have any arrows, but she does have a crossbow. And you can just see a lot of these things are going to be pretty tight in there. You got to be super cautious. This is not necessarily a set of toys that you can just pop out, even though that popped out pretty easy. Anything that's giving you a little trouble getting out of the plastic, I recommend cutting out. You know, just being cautious, because again, these have been, if you think about it, the factory packs the all-ins, and when they get to New Jersey, where the Horsemen are, they just slap a label on and send them away. And so these things have been sitting in this plastic for quite some time in many cases. And so you just want to be mindful of that. Because if you think about it, came off the assembly line, got put in the plastic, got put on a boat at whatever temperature, in that plastic, and then it went from the boat to New Jersey, and whatever that temperature is, and then it went to your house, and whatever that temperature is. These things have had a journey, and you know, I just don't want them to break. That's the easiest way to think about it for me. I'm just going to take my time. What is this? It goes on her belt, definitely. It has like a hook. Maybe it's just some sort of little accessory, you know? I don't know. Maybe it's just, you know, maybe it's in the bio. I have not read recently. I did read them when they were releasing the figures, but not in a little while. This one's a bit tight. So, like, what I'm doing is the little accessories that tend to be tucked, right? This knife hilt is tucked underneath the plastic so that it stays in place. And so I'm cutting the pieces where it's tucked rather than just trying to finagle it out. That way I can just slide it out and not risk breaking it. Now you said, Dub, you complain all the time about necklace twist ties. Yep, I wish I didn't have to do this. There's only 2 twist ties here, so that's not terrible. And a lot of these things I won't. They're like here on the back side, like this will just pop out pretty easy. The staff, the crossbow should pop out pretty easy. It's because there are tiny, tiny pieces here. And see, the hands I'll just be able to pop out pretty easily. That you just want to be cautious with some of that, right? To make sure that you don't mess up your new toy that you've been waiting 2.5 years for, because that would be a shame. And there's all her stuff, not that you can see it. On the back here, we've got Scapular riding Umbra. I wonder if that's because she's a bad guy. Maybe they all have that. I don't know. Wonder if any of them have Atlas. I guess Atlas was on the back of those on the bear. So she's a what they call a 2.0 figure. Mythic Legions terminology can be a little bit confusing. When you hear somebody say a 1.0, they're talking about the base build type that came in the first wave of Mythic Legions, the first Kickstarter. The vast majority of Four Horsemen figures are on the 1.0 build type. In the Advent of Decay wave, which was their second big wave, second big Kickstarter, like 40 figures, they introduced a 2.0 build, which was a female, a more slender build, smaller feet, and so forth. The parts are not as interchangeable between the two. Like, you can't pop a head off a 2.0 and put it on the 1.0 without adapters and doing some things. 2.0 figures not nearly as popular. They don't do many of them anymore. They also have had trouble standing. So they've enhanced the... See, like, immediately she's standing. I don't know. You can't see her. She's able to stand right away. I don't have many 2.0 figures that I can stand just like that. They've done some things to improve some of that. So I think we're all optimistic that some of the new 2.0 figures will be better and easier to do stuff with and not have topple over all the time. But they are victims of toppling over. So I like her in kind of this, I don't know, thief, rogue. I'm going to warm her up some here before I go too crazy with anything. I guess you got the microphone right there, so you're probably hearing this. I could do the robo. And you know, does it stink that we have to warm up our figures? It does. But it has really just become a part of action figure collection at this point. It just is what it is. I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's the nature of buying from smaller companies. I mean, you really don't have to do it too much with like stuff you buy at Walmart. But most everything else, it's just wise to be cautious. Yeah, see? You put that cape on her, a big cloak. I like that a lot on her. And so she has this staff that we can put this topper on, which is a unique weapon for her. I think I'm going to change out this hand. Again, I warmed up the hands a little bit too with that. You know, it didn't take much. Now, this is a big heat gun, so it's powerful. I don't have to do much. If you had a hairdryer, I'm going to have to do a little bit more. I'm also not sitting here and popping her joints all around at the moment. So before you would do any of that, you just want to be careful, move them in and out, etc. Let's see. Let's get her with this kind of spear thing with her cloak. And I don't even think I'm going to fool with putting like the dagger and all that on her, because you can't see her. I'm going to have it almost like she's, you know, just arrived at the gate and she doesn't want anybody to know who she is. Like that. I got too much stuff in the way. I know. Now I've moved her around. She won't stand, of course, because I talked about, look at that, she stands. So, there you go. I like that. Manisha Cinderhorn. And again, I've done all this work on my collection to make sure that these things can immediately have a place to go, which they do, and that makes me happy. Manisha Cinderhorn. We'll open one more like this, and then we'll probably skip a little bit while I get some things open and show you what all she has. If I remember, I will put an image also that shows like the full build and what all they come with. From like Trevor, 1/6 shooter, his photography. But, you know, we're just talking. So, Yeah, I think one of the things I enjoy a lot of things about what the Horsemen do. Obviously, fantasy is an important thing for me. I like fantasy property. Next guy we're going to open is Dis Patar. Not to be confused with Dis something else. Is you get this experience of a whole wave at once. There's not a lot of things this day where we get a bunch at once. Like the new wave of Jada Street Fighter, which is Akuma, Balrog, and Honda. A, it's only 3 figures, but B, only Akuma came out first. Like, they don't come out all together. So, you kind of lose that. I don't even know where I put that empty box up. There it is. You kind of lose that fun part of, here's a whole wave of toys all at once. I like getting a whole wave of toys all at once. And Mythic Pizza is a tradition that Jeremy started many years ago before he worked for the studio and he was just a fan. You get a whole wave of Mythic Legions, you get a pizza, and you spend the evening enjoying them, playing with them. And if I didn't need to film this today, like I'm in kind of some time restraints, I want to get this done, get it up, and then we've got some other things to do this evening. I would do that, but we're not going to eat pizza tonight. So Dis Patar, he has this scorpion tail weird backpack piece that we will probably put on him. It also allows you to have 4 arms. That should pop out pretty easily. It doesn't stink. The scorpion lady smelled, but I think that was the translucent plastic. It's got these blades that can connect and form like a double-edged kind of Kylo Ren style. Not Kylo Ren, Darth Maul. It's got this kind of pirate, like cutlass sword. Be careful with that one. Some pauldrons. I like these new pauldrons. And then again, you see how like the hilt is kind of tucked up into the plastic? That's where I want to be careful. Whereas like with a lot of toys, I just kind of try to bend into it and get it out. I want to make sure that I don't snap the plastic trying to do that. So I'm just kind of cutting it. Yeah, see, I just cut into that plastic and can pull it right out. Now, if you were planning to put this character back into plastic, you may not want to do that. I don't know what you would do, but I'm not going to do that. So he has the hands that are on the bugs. What are the bugs called? The Sphexians. And you can give him 4 arms. He also has kind of a roach bug feet. But those are different than the Sphex' feet. And he has, like, if you look on that one face, he has, like, the, I don't know, bug teeth and eyes. He's got this really cool torch, lit torch. We're using that. And then his other face is kind of covered, more like kind of Arabian. I don't know if that's the right term. There's extra arms. But like the headdress that's calling Arabian, maybe. So you see with this one, it's it didn't have as many little pieces. So I'm just gonna snip the twist ties, and he will pop right out. Right out. Easy peasy. Not really a very difficult one at all to open. Some of these will be harder than others. I imagine the scapular will take quite a bit of work. And I think the bear might, because I think the paws might be kind of tucked into things and so forth. Oh, I like the color. That kind of dingy gray. I'm leaving that head. You can see his green eyes peering through, or he or she, I don't know. Also feels like a 2.0 figure, but has these bug arms. So this contraption can peg. Where does that peg? Right there? And give him a scorpion tail? Is that what I do? I don't exactly know. So that's a pauldron. Maybe I'm missing a piece. Did I leave something out? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know exactly what I do. Somehow or another, maybe I'm missing. No, maybe it just goes right there. You do this. Yeah, I think that's what you do. You heat this up. You peg this guy in his back. And then you can give him 4 arms. Is this a bendy? Yeah, it's a bendy wire scorpion tail. So you see how he has the holes? So I'm guessing I can put arms in the back and give him forearms, and then peg this guy. Oh no, this guy has arm adapters on the side. I see. I see. I wonder if this came with a wing adapter. I don't think I need a wing adapter, but maybe it did and I missed it. Uh-oh, dropped it. No, I think I plug it into that square, and then if am I gonna do forearms? I don't think I'm gonna do forearms. I might do the scorpion tail, but not forearms. I also think I might watch a video if anybody's done one. I just want to make sure I do it right, because this is. Oh no, you definitely because you're supposed to peg these pauldrons in the top. I see. All right, so I'm gonna have to heat them up here. We're gonna heat them up. You heat up the hole, not the peg, ladies and gentlemen. You heat up the hole. You make the hole lubricated, soft, supple, and you put the peg into the hole. That's the goal. So, then that should allow me to put this pauldron. Oh yeah, there we go. Did I put the wrong one on? I just knocked off his helmet face mask thing, of course, as you do when you're not sure what you're doing immediately. Oh, that thing's kind of cool. I don't even know what. Oh, it pegs right there. So you can interchange that like mask in between the heads. It looks like. There we go. And then this guy goes here. Maybe. I'll warm that up a little bit more. Dun 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 dun, or something like that, right? Not as interesting as Robo is when he's playing the raw music. There we go. Yeah. So you see, then you get this kind of back creation with the pauldrons and the scorpion tail like that. And then the scorpion tail is a bendy wire, of course. Ugh, firm. So you can do whatever you want to do. So I got to decide. Am I going to have him at the scorpion tail? I think so. I don't think I need the forearms. But I might do the scorpion tail. Because I kind of like the hooks being up. But I don't think I care about the forearms that much. I think I'd rather have him just holding the torch. Now, who he's lighting the way for, I don't know. Who's trusting this guy? It doesn't seem like the... Unless you are the king of the roach people. He doesn't seem like the dude that you want to necessarily be guiding you with the torch. But hey, you know, maybe he's Gollum. Maybe he's Gollum. It's not the easiest to get in his hand either. So this is definitely one to be cautious of as you're doing things with, because he's not the easiest to... Just because he's an unusual... There we go. We got him. He's a bug guy with weird claws and whatever. You can have the tail actually help him stand. I don't think he needs any help standing, but there you go. A little more complicated than I like it to be, but I think some of that was user error. User error. So that's 2 down. The 2 that I would be least excited for, and I think I would change places. I'd actually put Cinderhorde ahead of Deese. Right now, Deese is in last. I'm not going to keep doing that. Oh, I've knocked her over with his tail. I've knocked her over. It's because I gave her a kudos and struck back. All right, I'm going to get him, Brodar, and Yoshai, and Neve, the next 3, open off camera and come back to you. Well, I was going to do it off camera, but I opened up Brodar and just stuff started falling. He's got all these hands and belts in this sack, and like a, I don't even know what that is. A little bitty tiny belt hangy piece. I'm guessing this is a fur around the neck thing. I don't know, maybe some type of scarf implement. I love that blue shield. He's got brand new pauldrons here that, oh, you can't see it. I'll try to remember to put the image shots on each of these guys. This is Brodar. He has got what looks like maybe a new spear tip. There's a lot of new pieces in this wave. I know it's just have other things came out with him. Horns for his helmet. This looks like maybe a necklace. I don't even know. There's so many. They provide so many ancillary accessories. So you might ask, why am I trying to pop this out? It's because it's thick. It's a horn, so I don't have as much fear of that like kind of breaking into a piece as I would if it was like a dagger. It's got a great axe. I like that axe. It's almost definitely going to be axe and shield. Throwing a wing on the ground. At my crotch. At my dispatar that I've now kicked away from my dispatar. And I have retrieved it. And then he's got... Wow. I mean, both heads are really good on him. I think this one in the packaging is what I'm going with the spikes. And man, that one is awesome. I said off camera, and then here we are, just not off camera. But we'll just spend a little bit less time. So he's cool. So what about you? Did I have a lower tray? Yes. What are toys that get you to do this? That get you to sit down and spend time opening each thing, looking at their parts. If you're a photographer taking photos, I might try to take some photos of this stuff. I actually think I will. I may not put the parts and pieces away yet. We may end this video without them going on the shelf, just so I have an opportunity to kind of play with them. Maybe. We'll see. What's his name? Brodar. I don't think I'm going to use the fur. Let me heat him up. You know, is that when you get a new wave of Marvel Legends, but they don't do the Build-A-Figure as much. So is a new wave even that exciting, like it once was? You'll tell me. He's got a lot of soft goods, like underneath. There's all kind of new, cool things. Let's see if that did it. I don't want his whole neck to come out. Right now, his whole neck was trying to come out. I don't want that. No, that is not the outcome I was hoping for there. So now we got a pickle. Is this a faceplate? It looks like there might be a faceplate. Now I got to heat up this. Not what you wanted to happen. Not the easiest to get out once the neck peg is there. Oh, I think I can get it. It's just because sometimes it's hard to get a grip. But there we go. Sometimes it's hard to get the grip on it. All right. And then we're going to pop this head on. Well, now I got another hole that's not heated. Oh, dubby-dub. But they don't have to build the figures anymore, as often at least. And so is that as exciting if you're a Marvel Legends guy to not get the Build-A-Figures? I don't know. I mean, I used to like that. I mean, I haven't been a regular Marvel Legends collector in for 7 or 8 years. But certainly in the height, like the Thor Ragnarok era of movies and such, like I was excited to build the characters, to build the figures. You know, we'd spend all this time trying to find all of the figures all at once so that you could build them. Do I want him to have wings or horns? I think horns, right? Horns? I think horns are cooler. And so I would do that with a full wave, but I can't think of anything else I get that comes in waves like this. Themed waves. Certainly you get stuff like if you back independent toys on Kickstarters, you will get things that come all at once, but they're not as much a themed wave necessarily as they are here they are. Here are the things you ordered. And some of them might be themed together and others may not at all be themed. Right? They may be just, we also backed this type of dude. So, I don't know. This is not an experience, you know, and as a kid, it wasn't like I'd ever get a whole wave of something either. There we go. And then, see, I think this is a necklace, but I'm not going to put that on. I think that's what that is. I don't know. I just wanted to have the axe and the shield. That's what I'm going for. I think the shield is great. Right now, the hands on him are the expressive hands, which is not what I want. I need gripping hands for both. Let's see. That is a vertical. Is there a horizontal? Yes. There's a horizontal. So I need... There we go. That works. That works. Let me heat up the hands. But I'd be interested, you know, because I collect a lot of unusual things. A lot of what we collect in the import world, you just get one. So, like, even though we have, for instance, a lot of SH Figuarts Kaiju number 8 figures, they have come one at a time over a number of years. So you don't get this experience. It would be cool if, like, 4 or 5 of them would come at the same time, because you could have this kind of unique, I'm working on them all together type of thing. But that's just not, there's not much in my action figure collecting that is like that. So with these shield adapters, I heavily recommend you put the thing in its hand first and then attach, so you just peg in the shield to the adapter. It's very easy to snap a peg on these because it's not the easiest to kind of line up. And so if you have it already on, see, like right now it's harder for me to get it into the shield peg, but I'm not running the risk that a lot of times has happened to me and to many people, where when it's already in his hand, you just snap the peg off, the little peg that's on the shield, and then you can't, like, then you just basically have to glue it or use a magnet or something. You're not in a good place with that regard. They are doing new shields. I think, in fact, maybe in one of these there is a new shield adapter, and I think they've got very new shield adapters coming, so that could get easier. There you go. I mean, that looks like a good Viking to me. Brodar. And there he is. And I was supposed to do all that off camera and just talk to you about it, but I did not. There's his extra hands. I didn't use his spear, which you can make longer, or the wings, or the... I need to even look what this is. It looks like a... I mean, honestly, it looks like a fur scarf. That's what it looks like to me. I don't know if that's what it is or not. All right. Yoshinai Kari. I do not know that name. I think it's a Yoshai. Delicious, Elmo. What do you think about it? Let's see.
Can you make a sound like a chicken? Let's hear it.
Buck, 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 buck. I can, Elmo, as a matter of fact, and I did. So he's got a rear that has his pauldrons, this big spear, like a headpiece, and a bunch of hands.
Let's keep playing.
A lot of this armor is from the Monkey King. It's just repainted, which is, I think, one of the best figures they've ever made. So it's a very kind of feudal, samurai, whatever, type armor. By Elmo. And I think it's cool. Lots of hands. For a line that used to never get hands, kind of like G.I. Joe Classified, you should just have the 2 gripping hands that came on it forever. It has a lot more now. It's got a different topper. So all these, when I'm saying topper, it means like any type of staff or spear has a peg for it. And you can interchange them between it. I like this head. That's pretty menacing. But the unmasked head that has like this demon horns on it that are purple, I think that's pretty tough. I think I'll leave that on there. He has 2 chain swords that I want to be super cautious, because it looks like real chain link, and I bet those would break very easily. So, and the sword hilts are kind of tucked down in the plastic. So I am going to try to cut out that plastic before I release the figure, just so I don't accidentally, because it would stink to break those metal chains. And that's the thing, some of the stuff when you get to the, you know, the more artistic type of toys, and you're like, oh, they use real metal instead of plastic. How cool is that? It is cool, but it's tiny little metal rivets that don't have the strength of like an actual chain that's normal sized, right? When it's 1/12 size or whatever, those rivets are not as strong, and so you can break them really easily without really even doing anything of any effort. So another area to just be cautious on. Let's see. There we go. Get this out of the way. I'm going to be really cautious with this guy because they're already on him. They're already hooked in place. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's cool. I don't even know you need to do anything. Maybe right out of the package, he's good. With the dual swords, with the soft goods scarf thing running through his armor. I mean, I think just right out of the package, this dude is pretty wicked. Let me work on his feet. And sometimes that happens with these really ornate figures. It's right out of the package, they're ready to go. And other times, which I think is going to be the case with Scapular, you got to put a lot of stuff on them. And I am not as big a fan of that necessarily. Like if it has a ton of weird accessories to put on them, I often just don't. I just display it in a way that I think is cool, simple, and I don't go through all that. I mean, I think he's good just like that. He looks awesome. That's a cool dude. Of course, I'm always a fan of green, orc-skinned, whatever. You know, that's in my wheelhouse. So I like him. What was his name? No, Yoshai Dispatar. Let's see. Let me put this back together. So you see, I mean, you can see him there. I got some stuff out of the way so you can see a little better. Very diverse wave of action figures, too. We have got a Shadow Elf Stealth Lady, Scorpion Person, a Viking, very traditional looking Norseman type of guy, and then this thing, Yoshinai Kari. So it's kind of all over the place. And I like that. It makes for an interesting shelf. It makes for an interesting opening experience. You got all cool stuff. You have to be in the fantasy, of course. You know, if you don't like fantasy, this wave is almost definitely not for you. Although you might like some of the Barbarian or Gladiator. Did I even write that dude's name on it before I threw it over there? Or just put it in there and throw it? I don't know what I did. All right, last one. We'll take a break. Neve. One that I need to get another one of. I'm going to open this one, but I'm going to get a sealed one of her, probably at Toylanta, which you should do. And maybe get some of the guys to sign it or something, or at least Jeremy, because I got to reveal this figure, which was a really cool moment. And she's going to be very popular. There's not a lot of, I don't even know if there is a 1.0 body female. So we talked about 1.0 versus 2.0. But then you get, like, we're going to get to Scapular 2, Atlas 2, not 2.0, 2. It means it's the second version of that character. And then you get the Legacies and Mythos, which are like an update, a reimagining of an initial version of the character. So it gets kind of confusing. She's got this bare shield. She's got a bunch of multicolored arrows and really, really cool pauldrons. But I think she's going to be double wielding the sword and the axe. No shield for her, because I think she's the warrior. I mean, she's got a super cool helmet, but I'm not going to have her wearing that either, because it's got a beautiful portrait. It's going to be a very popular figure. If you're into this figure, I think this is one that will start to sell out. If you've been paying attention, the last two waves of Legions that have come out, Necronominus and then All-Star 6, the popular ones, the Templars, they're basically sold out everywhere. And they've started to go really high in the aftermarket on eBay, just like Legions used to do and have not done in a while. So some of these figures, especially the big ones, these last three we're going to open, I think these you'll be able to find for a while without too much issue. But some of these are going to be hard. 5, 6 arrows. Different colors. I like the different colors. So I would just be mindful of that. She has air. Oh, it's because... Oh, maybe I forgot the arrows peg into the shield, where it's like she's taken on a bunch of arrows in her shield, and that changes things for me. I was going to have her dual wield, but I forgot about that shield. She has this kind of amulet that she can hang. I think her sword rules. It's kind of bronzed and etched. She's really good. But this axe is also great. The alternate helmet is great. Yeah, I might. This is going to be a character that people are going to want a bunch of. It's just the way it's going to be. And then with that head sculpt, she's going to be probably many people's most popular. It's going to be my guess. Which is not common, necessarily for a female figure, but this is a very anticipated figure. There was a very big reaction in the room when we announced her. I think she looks great. I see my clip is running really long. I'm trying to be mindful because it's hard sometimes when I have the long clips to get them off my phone. We'll finish her off, and then we'll take a little break. So let me warm her up. Dun, 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 dun. Just a little bit. I'm not about to do any heavy, massive articulation. So I'm going to have her with her shield in her left hand, so sword in the right hand. We can do that pretty easily, I think. You hear Rufus sighing? He wants to go outside so bad. Maybe I'll take a break, take my buddy outside. Alright, so sword, shield, but let's work on... Yeah, so oh yeah. Now I feel like I'm working on an SH Figure Arts Goku, putting the Kamehameha effect pieces into the ball. Fortunately, these just kind of plug right into the holes. They don't look like they're unique. I have one more hole than I do arrow. Looks like, yeah. So you do have some flexibility. You can do it however you want to. They don't all have to go the way that everybody else goes. And then you get this look, which is fantastic. That is fantastic. Am I going to have her with the pauldrons? I don't think so. I don't often want pauldrons. Like on Broder there, I liked them because they were unique, and hers are unique. I think a pauldrons would be if I was doing with the big armored helmet. But this is like, nah, this lady just, she is coming for you. Let's see, can I find the peg hole? The shield.
Searching for shield content.
Oh no!
I found the shield and Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as top results.
No, that's not what I want. Thank you though.
Got it. My mistake. Looks like I went full detective mode on the wrong case.
What's happening? And then let's see, we got a sword. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The only thing about the shield, the shield effect is awesome, but then you can't see her, and she's very cool. Can't see her as well, but I think that works. All right, let's take a break. Let me clean up, and we'll continue with the end. Scapular, the Crypt Breaker 2. He's gonna have 1 million things. He's just gonna have one. I just know he is. Jeremy's favorite character. He has an alter ego. He can dress as the Emir Caspar. He's just going to have a lot going on. Look at this cloak. My goodness. See Jessamine, man. They are just... That team is killing it. Full cloak, belt, other belt, multiple belt. I don't know that I'm going to put on. That's a lot. I think that's when he is... Emir Caspar, which is not the way I'm going to display him currently. This is another one, like I'm probably going to get a second of. I think Neve, Scapular, and Atlas, all of those I might get a second. Maybe more. He has so much stuff. All right, this has got a very unusual adapter looking thing. a staff, a spear, a dagger, another of those weird things that came with one of the other figures, and then 6 hands. I don't know what that thing is supposed to be. The same thing I showed you earlier that was like, is it a quill? Is it just some sort of like coffee? Is it their thermos? I don't know what it is. Get these hands out. I think he is considered a deluxe figure, so he probably comes with a little more. Or, yeah, not it doesn't. I know he does. Not probably. Comes with more. Hopefully the microphone has been working this whole time, Elmo. Has it been working? Has it been working, dude?
Show Elmo how you flap your wings. Buck, buck, buck.
Bark, bark, bark. Thank you, Elmo. Maybe Elmo will be like the Amazon device that talks back to you one day. Maybe they already have that. I don't think any of us need it, but I might buy it.
Again.
So this is like the shield adapter port, but it creates 3 little sleeves to put stuff. He has this cool shield. Probably use that. And then look at all this.
Let's play again.
Gloved hands, armored hands, belts. That's a lot of stuff. So he has 3 bags of stuff. A tray, and then a second tray, and then another bag of something. Oh, this is one of the newer shield things. That's a lot of stuff this guy has on him. A mask, a pouch, different options for, I don't know, things around the neck. The dagger that's on him. Some sort of skeleton key. He's got a lot. He's got a lot. I'm sure he'll be a popular one. And is he on... I think he is on the new skeleton body, like the Skeleton Legion builders. He's not on the old skeleton body, which is good. If he's on the old skeleton body, that'd be a little bit sad. That mask is super cool. It's a faceplate, and I think we have seen that it will interchange with some of the other helmets that use faceplates. It's going to lead to some cool stuff that people will do. I don't know what this, like, key, like this dragon... That's beautiful. I don't know what that is. Alright, let me see. Now, all these doodads, but remember, you can completely transform him into a different character, which I am not doing with this one. I'm leaving him as Scapular, the Crypt Breaker. Wow, this is a very ornate dagger that's hanging on him that has... this is a rare thing where they actually have it protected while hanging on him. So it's probably pretty delicate. Let me see. Oh, I see, because the dagger would slide out in the package and go all over the place, probably. And these things would probably scuff up the paint on a boat and everything else. Well, there you go. So he has this chain, dagger. I'm going to get that out of the way. And hanging implement. He has so much going on. So much going on. So much going on. I mean, he's got all these implements. Now I gotta think about it, because I'm gonna have him on his, I think I'm gonna have him on his unicorn. I think. So I may not decide how to outfit him just yet, because I need to figure out how I'm gonna put him on the unicorn. So we might just leave him be for the time being until we get to the unicorn. The same thing's going to be true of Atlas. Let's see. Make sure he can stand fine. Yeah. So I'm going to wait. He has a lot of stuff. But that way I can have all this available before I decide how to put him on it. Because it's the worst. That's the worst. It's so far over there. Because the nature of the way I've got the display now, I have some big area in the bottom where I have creatures and what have you. And I need to put these mounts down there. but I need to be sure that I know how I am displaying them. So this guy and the next guy, we're not going to fully outfit yet until we figure out what they're going to be like with the bear and the unicorn, which we're not far away. We're not far away from, huh, Elmo? I guess this is going to be the whole rest of the video. Not going to be any Virtual Boy or anything like that in this one, I don't think, because we're taking us a good bit of time. I need Atlas the 2, which is up there. Safety. And the Dwarf Builder. All right. Atlas, the Conqueror 2. Atlas, probably one of the most popular figures and characters from the first wave of Mythic Legions. An asymmetrical barbarian, kind of anti-hero, big main character. Wow, that pauldron is gorgeous. And that axe is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. So again here, I don't know how I'm going to put him on the bear. So I'm not going to outfit him with any of this stuff yet, but we're certainly going to get it all out and look at it. And at the end, the last thing we'll do is I'll have them all in their, the way I'm going to put them in the shelf. And maybe I will put them in the shelf temporarily so we can look at that at the end. This looks like a piece of fur, another piece of like fur coating type of stuff. That axe is so nice. So that you can see a little bit closer up where I'll take the camera down. I know when I do the toys on the table like this, you can't really see it. And it's more just hanging out with me. It's like a live stream versus otherwise. I like this short blade. That's going to be on. And he's got kind of the big... That sword is not new. This same dagger that we've got a couple times in this wave. And this really, really killer helmet. So you can have him be like his barbarian champion, gladiator champion. That, with the bear on top of it, that's beautiful. All these parts will probably be, I'm sure they'll be re-released in some form or fashion. Or at least all the kind of armor parts. You'll have a chance to get them if you want. He also has some plastic. Oh, this is for the short sword here on him. This is different with these real chain kind of hanging pieces. They have them all wrapped in the factory, which I guess is not terribly different than when you get an import figure and they have like this kind of wrap on the torso or any of the parts that could lead to paint rub. Just a good quality control. He is gorgeous. Number one. Probably till we get to the bear. Gorgeous. That is a gorgeous action figure. I don't know if he's considered deluxe or not. Like if he's $50 or $60. You're going to want to get him. If you like this stuff. He's just super, super, super cool. Super cool. Alright, we'll keep his parts here so that I can figure it out with the bear. And now we're moving on to the bigger packaging. We do have the 2-pack here before we get to the more creature-based things. So we're not quite to the end of the character of the human style, human-y characters. But this is the Exiles from Under the Mountain Dwarf 2-pack. The Kings Under the Mountain is the Facebook group for the dwarf fans of Mythic Legions, so some homage to those fine folks there that do all kind of cool dwarf work. I know this is a pack that Kim is very excited for. Dwarfs often sell out the fastest when there's builder-type characters available or Legion builders or whatever. So I think this is going to be a super popular pack. I also imagine a lot of this was ordered, so there's probably quite a bit of supply of this. This might be the first kind of 2-pack builder set they've ever done. I'm trying to think if they've ever had one of these before. So you got a little dwarf size soft goods cloak wired. And you've got this tray. It's got pauldrons, alternate neck pegs, shield, axe, horns. Again, what I think to be a bracelet. or necklace. I don't know what that is. Again, I'm not the reviewer, and this reveal was quite a long time ago, so I don't always remember. I like the shield a lot. Maybe this is a belt for a dwarf. It's really small, so I don't know. Maybe these can function as belts. The shield, I like the shield a lot. Kind of some dwarf thing. Oh, this is like a horn, like Boromir's horn, like a horn you'd blow. I thought it was a helmet horn, but it is not. These pauldrons are beautiful. They're similar to the pauldrons that were on maybe Neve, but new. All of this, almost everything we're opening is new for this wave. You know, there are not a lot of pieces here that are old. Like the Yokai, that guy has some new stuff. Obviously, Scapular's got some new, like the limbs are probably from, the Skeleton Legion builder. But lots of these body parts, and the armor parts especially, are brand new to this wave. We have never had in hand before. Different neck pegs. Lower tray, and then the upper tray. Well, I like hammers. I'm a fan of dwarves with hammers. So we got torches, a big hammer, short sword, single-sided axe, and then alternate helmeted heads. This is good. And so even if you just bought 2 of this pack, you could do 4 different dwarves. I mean, the female, you can still see her face. So she looked like the same character probably. But you wouldn't be able to see the hair and stuff. But then if you have that head that came with the all-in, you can certainly outfit one of those with that head. If you're getting the blonde head from the retailers, you can use that head. He has like the sculpted helmeted beard. I might buy another. I don't know. I have tried to not buy extras of Legions in a while because I have 11. 11 is my number. Tubs of unopened sealed Legion duplicates. Because when they go on the all-ins and those sales, they're such a good value compared to at retail. So you buy duplicates just in case you decide you want a second. This wave I didn't. This is when I had stopped. I'm like, I have too many. I'm not going to buy 2 all-ins. I've got to stop doing this. And now I'm like, man, I sure wish I had 2 of a few of these. But I didn't. So maybe at Toylanta you'll see old Dub buying some more of these things too. And maybe you will be. Plus the Toylanta exclusive figure that's kind of a Firefly from G.I. Joe and some other things, kind of homage type of figure, which I think is a very cool guy. Let's see if I can get this plastic off. Again, I'm trying very hard. It has these little chains that I do not want to mess up. So just be cautious in your removing of things. I've done really good. I'm pleased with myself. I don't think I've broken anything yet. I just threw things on the ground. But especially for me, I am a large guy, large hands. It is not the easiest for me to sometimes get these things open. Look at him. He is cool. She is cool. They're cool. And there's a lot of stuff that I have down here in front of me. So the Exiles Under the Mountain, the 2-pack, lots of good stuff. I have a lot to clean up and get myself reorganized, and then we'll go to the creatures. One moment. One more moment. Obviously, the Roomba's decided it's time to clean. Always an adventure here on Dub Life. Always an adventure. I just had the camera still rolling. I hadn't even stopped it. The Roomba's going. I'm trying to outfit these dudes. And foolhardiness all around. Know what I mean? Do I want this guy with the torch? I said creatures, and here I am still playing with the dwarves. They're cool, though. Yeah, I think maybe he'll have the torch because he's going. He's not entirely sure what's going on. He's just checking things out. Give him this little single-sided axe. That hand is pretty tight. Maybe that's what's happening. As I'm hitting... The Roomba's right there by where this is plugged in. Maybe I'm hitting it. I do not know. I do not know. All right. Yeah, he's on like a little explorer. You can't see him. I can put him up here. He's on a little exploration mission. And then her... I just want her wielding the big hammer. I'm not, like, again, there's all these pauldrons, but I'm not the biggest pauldron guy, really. Only in very specific instances do I do much with the pauldron. So I think I may just have her with the hammer. Rufus pooted over there. I think he's crop dusting me. Rufus, you pooted? He needs to go outside. He wants Daddy to stop playing with toys and play with him. Or yeah, that's probably what he wants more than anything. All right, let me put her there. You can see her a little bit. Again, we'll go over all of it. I'm not using a lot of the soft goods right now. I did on the first one. I love the soft goods. And a lot of the soft goods are often going over the top of older molds, but with all this new armor parts and molds, I want it to be visible. And I don't want to cover it up. So that's kind of where I'm at. Is that one of their axes? Yeah. I think so. Alright, Dwarf Builder set. Done. Done enough. For the time being. Alright. Almost done. 3 items left. We've got Rhidilen, the big cow minotaur dude. I think it's a dude. I think. Let's see. Let me put my blade away. My razor blade, because I wasn't using it. Now I need my razor blade. That should work fine. Now these probably don't have quite as many pieces with them, I say, as I look at all the things this dude seems to have with him. Alright, so underneath here, you've got a different staff, and then you've got these heads that actually peg into his belt, as I understand it, and a tail. I am not doing the tail. The tail's on, it's a new tail, cow's tail. The tail's on the ogres. You have to, like, when you get the dragon tail, you have to completely take off the torso and loop this around the torso and then put it back on. I might do that eventually, but I am not doing that right now. This is already taking longer than I anticipated. So I don't want to... Now, he is buckled on in there. Look at that dude. He's got some balls hanging there. Got some Despatar hanging there. Clip that. Man. He looks really good. And he has more traditional NECA style twist ties that are going to leave the little plastic on the floor for his limbs, it looks like. And then he's got the big ones in the back. So, did I do enough to get him out? Or is there one I've missed? I think I got him. I think I got him. Now let me clean up my mess. Silica gel. How many times have all of us dealt with, thrown away, whatever silica gel, and still don't really completely understand why it is in all the action figures? Other than it's like, oh, it does something. Keep it from decaying? I don't know. Do we ever know? I'm sure somebody that works for one of the companies can tell us, but I'm not sure I know. He looks great. Big hooves. He's got a big old presence to him. I'm not going to do that tail, though. I don't even think... So his weapon is this huge... we've had this before, but like this 2 heads of goat staff thing. I'm not even going to use it. I think he just looks menacing the way he is. Or not menacing. Maybe menacing is maybe not the right word. He actually strikes me as like a guy that would give you a fetch quest in a fantasy video game. More than menacing. Like you're going to encounter this guy on the pasture. And you'll be like, hey, I need you to find my goat friends. Help me. And he'll send you to do it. So these skulls have pegs on the back, and it looks like the pegs on his belt, the balls, the Disvatar, are just normal neck pegs. So I'm guessing you could probably put these on other skeletons. In fact, these are probably things that have been used on that kind of stuff already. I'm just not thinking about it. I'll peg them in without standing, because it is, again, it's on a real chain. I don't want to break that chain. Old Big Hands Dub over here is trying to be delicate, as delicate as I can be. See if I can get that in there without causing myself any major issue. I think I can. It's just hard to get a grip. Do I have it in there good enough? Will it fall out? I think I got it good. Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. Now, I will say I immediately don't feel super confident with the hoofs holding him up all of the time. There is some uneasiness, so he may have to... It may be wise to have him with a stand, because the hoofs are not the biggest surface area, versus like the dragon feet that are on, like some of the other big guys. Can you see him? There we go. All right, 2 to go. We have a unicorn and a bear. Of course, I'm saving the bear for the end, even though you've probably been watching me do this for like an hour. Hopefully you don't mind that. Cheers. And like I've been telling you as I've been updating my collection shelves, we had this wave. We had the retailer wave that we looked at the other day, last week or a couple weeks ago. That's the bear. It's not his turn yet. And then we have a new cosmic wave that's coming, a new infinite. So there's probably 8 or 10 more new Four Horsemen figures, plus the exclusive stuff over the next period of time. So lots of cool stuff to see. So this is going to be familiar to a lot of you. If you have any of the Four Horsemen horse, it's using that same horse buck. But it has this very ornate unicorn stuff on it. As well as the alternate pieces, I think, so you can just turn it into like a standard black horse if you like. Yes. So in this bag is basic horse hair and tail, if you don't want it to be the unicorn. Because I think we have all different colors of horse, but I don't think we have a true like jet black horse that this color is. And, you know, there's lots of different horses in the real world and the fantasy world and whatever. So there's lots of different ways that you might want to portray. So this could be a thing that somebody gets a second of. Or maybe they don't care about the unicorn at all. They just want to get the regular black horse. And they buy the unicorn to get it. Yeah, that's true. Now, we don't have to do a lot of setup with the horse, with the unicorn, because we have so much going on with him. So no unicorn setup. Rufus over there you're tossing it, buddy, on the couch, knocking all the stuff over. And then it does have the alternate head, just a regular horse head. So again, if you just want a nice, like kind of onyx black color, maybe jet black horse, very plain horse, you can completely convert it to that. And take off all of the ornate unicorn regalia. Just make him a horse. But I mean, come on. How you not going to have him in this? It's a unicorn. So we're definitely going to have scapular on that unicorn. So there we go. Elmo, what do you think about that?
Flap your wings.
Here comes Rufus.
Go down before you take off.
He's not sure if he likes Elmo or not. It's okay, buddy. All right, last. And then again, I'll pull the camera down and give you a closer look. Here is Umbra, a unicorn. The Big Bear. Probably one of the, I don't know this, I'm just speculating. Gotta be the most sold mount creature type figure they've ever had. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was one of the most sold products they've ever had. Although it was expensive, so not very good. You just immediately look at this dude. I mean, come on with it. Come on with it. He's so cool. Sorry, I'm just admiring the bear without sharing it with you. All right, so he has... So this bear can stand up. It does have that feature, and so you can switch out the claws to maybe... I think these would be for more... If you have him standing and his front claws are going to be like swiping, you know, attacking, versus like on the ground, I think. He has the pads sculpted. All the different fur looks like each individual piece is sculpted. It's really just a beautiful, beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Wow. All right. There's that. That. 3. Might just be these 4, and that's it to get him out. These are very heavy. Yeah, those are very heavy. I think that is all that is holding him in place. All right. There we go. Look at this beautiful, big, it's very heavy. Hold on, let me get this other head out. Yeah, cut that one. I mean, just look at this. I'm not going to put this in the bag until I let you look at it close up. Man, that is incredible. It's silly. I mean, we just have a huge bear. And I am so interested to see. That's it. That's all. It's all. I mean, he has the saddle, which I'm sure you can take off the chains and everything. I am not taking that off because I'm going to have Atlas sitting on him, and I do not want to have to put that back on. That is for sure. Let's do that. So look at this big old boy. Look at that. Compared to the horse. And so you can, I don't want to, yeah, so you can have him fully standing up, and you see how the alternate neck is a bent neck, so that it'd be roaring at you, but you can interchange the two heads between the two necks. So it is an actual neck and head, different piece. All right. That's awesome. All right, let me bring the camera down and look at these things from the other angle so you can see them. So there you see, got some things cleaned up so we can look at them all. Look at this. Look at that. I'm in the ultra wide. Let me just go standard so there's no distortion. Beautiful. It's the pads. Look at this dude. May have to get another of him. I can't wait till somebody makes a Winnie the Pooh. See, I don't think I'm gonna have him with the yelling face. I would have him standing up with that. Atlas is gonna be riding him. I'm sorry. No microphone anymore. Maybe I can tell the difference in the sound. There's the unicorn. And the rest. Let me zoom in. Rhidilen. Super cool. Neve. You see the arrows and the shield. Yoni, yeah, that guy. Manisha Cinderhorn, I still like that. She's higher than I anticipated. There's a Broder. Wonder with his blue if he was the one firing arrows at her. And then you've got Dees Patar with the scorpion tail. And then the dwarves right there. And then these two that I need to figure out. Let me back it up. How I'm going to get them on their mounts. But that's coming. And then we'll look at the full wave. What a fun wave of figures. Group photo. Got Atlas up on the bear. Actually have Scapular beside his unicorn because I think it almost looked better like he's approaching the gate as an emissary. I don't know. It's just what I decided to do. And here they all are. Now I got to get them into their display for the time being. What a wonderful wave of figures. What fun. I hope you've had fun. I know I'm having fun on camera. It's what this video is. Don't worry, we got Toylanta coming. Toylanta video probably 2 weeks away because Toylanta's 1 week away, so we'll have a lot more antics, but I've really enjoyed these. A little finagling. We got them in there. The Oni, Broder, there you see the reptile from the other wave, the retailer wave. The dwarves, Neve there, Cinderhorn, Dees Patar, Regarion, Scapular and his unicorn, and then I've got Atlas down there on the bottom with the bear. As you see, all that space that had been created a couple videos ago is almost entirely filled up on these two shelves. So we have the Wave of Ashes of Agbendor, which should be in the first few months coming. Probably what that means is if I want to keep all these waves, which will then be over a year, I'll have to see I've got 4 horses up here. I can put those 4 horses down there and then put the figures up there. That should work unless I get a bunch of custom creatures. Everything else down there is a custom. Plenty of room here for Zolocon exclusive, Toy-Con New Jersey exclusive, Toylanta exclusive, the touring figure, 2 Infinite Legions, and then the next wave of the graveyard, which is Skeletons Art. And then that'll be pretty filled up, plus the spring Figura. And that's why I created all the room I did, because probably by the time we get to Joe Fest in June, all that space will be full too. And then we'll be doing this all over again. But hey, look at that. I'm happy with it. That brings us to the end of another Double Life. Remember, just next week, Toylanta. Come hang out with us. Have fun with us. It's going to be a great time. You can get yourself probably all of these figures for the first time since the pre-order will be available for sale. I think Retailer Street Date will be there. So Ginger Kid will have them. You can get them from the Horseman booth. And any of the other stuff we've opened recently, all of that should be available at Toylanta. If that's what you're into. There'll be all kind of other stuff too. But thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to go play with the puppy. And we're going to have a fun evening with the family when the girls get home. And we'll talk to you next time. Until then, squeeze it.